Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, and we're going to just be looking at the prior all-time high and how close we are to breaking it. So if you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So we can see that Bitcoin now is at 19.3K. This is pretty substantial. Depending on what the exchange you use, the prior all-time high, it can vary by a couple $100s. Here you can see we have it drawn at this point around 19.7 or so, but again, there's some exchanges that it went slightly higher on. If you look to see where we currently are, we've come up to around a little over 19.4, and we are essentially at this point a stone throw away, right? A stone throw away from the prior all-time high. Just a normal day of Bitcoin moving up a couple percentage points would get Bitcoin above the prior all-time high. And this is actually pretty substantial because, breaking our prior all-time high is not something that happens very often for Bitcoin, right? We only when especially when we're referencing the prior market cycle. So it's always a big deal when it breaks. Here was the time back in 2013, the peak there, and then when we broke it about in the first quarter or so of 2017, and then we climbed to the upper part of the peak regression band. Because, as crazy as this move is, right, as crazy as it is, we've still only left our fair value logarithmic regression band. We haven't even pushed to the higher one yet. And obviously, there's no guarantee that we're going to push there in the short term. I would still contend that we're not just going to go straight up to it. We will have corrections along the way. I imagine it will take an extended period of time to, prove that we have a sustainable 20K. I mean, we're not at 20K yet, but I imagine whenever we do get to 20K, it's going to take us a little while to prove that it is in fact sustainable, and then we can build off it from there. So, in case you guys are not aware of this chart, if you're new to the channel, this chart is just the green line shows our logarithmic regression fit to non-bubble data. So this is what we use to try to identify the entrance of smart money into the market. And then the upper one is what we would consider to be dumb money coming into the market. So if we were to put back on the price on this chart, this shows you, this shows the price is 18.3, but it's just the BLX, so it only shows daily closes. Clearly, Bitcoin has rallied about $1,000 since yesterday's close. But this is a great chart to show you more of the macro scale, right? The dumb money pouring in, the dumb money pouring in, and then the dumb money pouring in, the smart money coming in, the smart money again, smart money, and then smart money, right? So you have these phases, these macro phases of the cycle where there's definitively smart money and definitively dumb money coming into the market. And when we're between these bands, which is where we are now, it's more or less no man's land. Because, as I said before, buying Bitcoin at this level right now is more of a gamble, right? A speculative play than it is a calculated investment. If you guys follow the channel, we said throughout the entire year of 2020 that there will come a day when we will rally above our fair value bands, and people are going to look back and wish they bought more Bitcoin, right? This was going to happen at some point. We're going to rally above it. People are going to look back and say, why didn't I buy more? There's also going to be people, like maybe some of your friends, if you did buy Bitcoin, they're going to say, oh, you were so lucky for having purchased it in this region. And you say, you know what, it was not luck, it was a calculated investment that paid off. So to give you an idea of where the upper regression band is right now, it's ranging from around 52,000 up to 77,000. So we know that both of these bands are monotonically increasing, so the longer it takes us to get to this band, then theoretically it could go higher and still be within the band. But if it were to go there, say today, which it won't, clearly it's not going to rally $30,000 in a day, but if it did, what would put it in this regression band would be if it were between, say, approximately $52,000 to $77,000. And you can see that this band has acted as a pretty good reference point in terms of trying to figure out where the theoretical all-time high could be. Now, looking back, if you look at the prior all-time high, we don't tend to just break it and continue on up immediately, right? I mean, the last cycle, well, that did happen the first cycle. The last cycle, we had a wick to the prior all-time high, and we came back down. We then went above the prior all-time high, and then we came back down. And then it was the third time that we broke the prior all-time high here. It was the third time that we broke it that we actually were off to the races. The first market cycle was actually slightly different. During the first market cycle, we basically didn't even know it was there. Like it's almost like it didn't even exist because we rallied up to it and we just kept going up. So I know there's going to be theoretically there's a lot of resistance at the prior all-time high, but I've said it before, these resistance lines, to some degree, they can easily be broken, and then Bitcoin could turn around at a point that you're not expecting, okay? For instance, I mean, I'll be honest, right? I did not think that Bitcoin was going to rally to 19.3K this early. We've contended that short-term bubbles can exist, and it looks similar, we see something similar to here, where we are rallying significantly without any consequential pullbacks. There will come a day where there will be a pullback, and I just want you guys to know that even if there is a pullback, we're still relatively early in the market cycle, right? We're still early in the market cycle. If you prescribe to 4-year cycle theory, then we have another year. If you prescribe to lengthening cycle theory, which is what I think, then we have more than that. So even in the event of a correction, we are still, in my opinion, we're still early in the market cycle. And don't discount the possibility of us coming back down to the regression band at some point, even if it means we break above this and then come back down later. It's always a possibility. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I would stay resolute in how you're handling the markets, and don't get too greedy because there's really no telling how high this can go. But if you find yourself wondering, is it going to go straight up to here without any consequential pullbacks? The answer is most likely definitively no. Okay, so looking at Bitcoin now that Bitcoin's rallying, some of the altcoins have stopped rallying. This is expected because whenever Bitcoin volatility remains high, we would expect other coins to take a backseat until Bitcoin cools off for a bit. So Bitcoin has, at least temporarily, it has taken the reins back, and it is the one that is moving. We will keep an eye on the other coins to see if they will start moving whenever Bitcoin settles back down. So later today, we will publish a video on the risk metric. We've shown it several times on the channel. The last time was probably a couple months ago at least. You don't want to miss that one, so make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Remember, we do have the Black Friday sale for the premium list. You guys can find a link to that in the description below. It'll give you access to weekly reports, weekly videos. A lot of times these have like special topics and ways that you can tweak your strategy, various things that we don't talk about on the public channel. You also get access to the Telegram alerts channel, the Telegram chat room, and the risk dashboard, which is what I used to trade, as well as these trading view indicators. So if you guys are looking for some indicators like this to help you navigate the market cycle, then you can also get access to it there. You can sign up through the link in the description below to get the Black Friday sale discount. That will stay active for about 9 more days, and you can lock in that lower rate if you want. That'll wrap it up for the video, guys. We're gonna keep a close eye on it, see if Bitcoin can rally from here. Note that I would expect some altcoin movement in the coming weeks, as long as Bitcoin doesn't just simply kick the bucket. And we've already had a lot of altcoin movement. We would actually anticipate further altcoin movement as long as Bitcoin doesn't just completely kick the bucket in the short term. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and tune in later for the video that we'll have a little bit later today. See you guys next time. Bye.